Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Song of All Songs. At the table, we are studying Song of Songs. 4 men, 1 song.
Sounds like a band.
1 God, 3 persons.
4 men, 1 song.
Like a restaurant.
The one-hit wonders.
Yeah, the Oneaters, the Wonders. Have you seen that?
No.
Have you seen that movie? That Thing You Do.
Oh, I think I have seen that movie.
Yeah, it's so the name of the band was going to be the Wonders, but they tried to spell it O-N-E, Wonders, and the guy introduced them as the Oneaters. O-N-E-D-E-R-S, the Oneaters. So welcome. Here we are, starting like we usually do, just us being us, and giving you guys a chance to hop on with us, giving you a chance to share it. Who all do we have on here with us? I know we have Nicole, we have TJ,
TJ's here.
we got Jared,
I'm here.
we got Ryan, but
Doing my thing.
he can only be Church at the Gate apparently. He can't come on as himself.
Yeah, it's my sweet Android phone. It's got limitations.
It's got limitations, but your heart is right.
Yeah, thank you.
Your phone is, but your heart is right.
That's right.
That's what we'll say. So yeah, we're getting ready to launch into a whole new section of Song of Songs, and it is about to speed up. Actually, it has been the first section. Like her heart has been wooed, and she's been sitting under the apple tree, and God just been feeding her grapes, and she's just been listening to her vineyard worship music, and just. And then God even says, don't disturb her, don't mess with her. I've got her to myself, and it's all that beautiful beginnings with the Lord.
Yeah.
And God purposely even saying, don't disturb her before it's time. But it is about to change.
Yeah.
So it's about to get uncomfortable, and that's not a bad thing. So that's where we're going to go this morning. We are in, I'll read it out of, who do we have, by the way, on with us so far? Is it just,
My grandma joined.
Oh yeah.
come on.
It won't tell you anymore.
Yeah.
Hello,
It's on-
TJ's. Grandma.
Facebook has decided they don't want to let you know anymore.
They don't let you know who's on
No,
anymore?
Everybody's obscure.
So you got to shout it out.
We gotta say hi. They gotta let us know they're there.
You gotta let us know if you're on here, and you're actually a few seconds behind us, so I'm asking you, and it's probably another 15, 20 seconds before you're even gonna know
Mm-hmm.
that I'm asking you, and you can do a little shout out to us. Yeah, it doesn't, you're right, it doesn't show who's on.
It's
It
a new
just
thing they're doing right now.
shows us having wacky conversations, so we know Nicole's on though. So get ready, Nicole, to bring your comments to this, and whoever else, TJ's and Grandma, since Grandma's on too.
So there we got 4 people with us on YouTube as well.
Hey, cool.
Awesome.
Welcome, YouTubers.
And we're up on the Church at the Gate app,
That's
the
cool.
Church Center app. So we're live on the app.
churchatthegate.churchcenter.com.
We is everywhere.
We are here. So I'm going to read out of the NASB, and we're beginning in chapter 2, and we're going to do 3 verses today. That's a chunk for us.
That is a
Sometimes
chunk.
we've only been doing a verse, but I thought it captured a whole section.
Yep.
And then I'm going to hear from my brothers what they're picking up this week. Here's what it says. I'll read out NASB. Listen, my beloved. Behold, he is coming, climbing on the mountains, leaping on the hills. My beloved is like a gazelle or a young stag. Behold, he is standing behind our wall. He is looking through the windows. He is peering through the lattice. Not the lettuce, the lattice.
Lattice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My beloved responded and said to me, Arise, my darling, my beautiful one, and come along, or come away, depending on what your translation is. All right, there we are out of the NASB, and I'm excited to hear from you guys. And every week, I can't remember who I asked to go first last time.
I was first last
I
week.
think
You
it's
were
Ryan's
Yeah, I
turn.
think I'm up.
Ryan's first this week. All right, Ryan.
All
We'll
right.
go Ryan, Jared, and then TJ.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Come on.
I get to be the cream and the Oreo. Thank you.
If they're better. They're
I'd rather
better.
be the cream and the Oreo anyway, so it's great.
Well, you know what? You can be the cream, then you can be the cream, and it'll be a double stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's triple stuffed with me in it.
That's funny.
So this what sticks out to me in this verse is the first word. She just says, "Listen!"
Yeah.
Exclamation point. Like this woman is so in love with. Well, let's just call it God. You're so in love with God
Yeah.
that you're telling everybody around you, "Hey, listen,
Yeah.
hush up, He's coming." Like, if you really think about that, you think about like if you're at a get together and you're hanging out, and you know your spouse is on his way. Like, who gets up in the middle of the room and says, "Everybody, listen,
Yeah.
He's coming"?
Yeah.
Like, people would probably be like, "What are you doing? You're
Uh-huh.
crazy. Like, why are you telling us to listen? It's just your husband."
Uh-huh.
But he has won her over. She knows his love. She knows he's coming. She's so excited
Yeah.
that she's just got to tell everybody and announce it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, she describes how he's coming. That's why I love that too.
Yeah.
And probably the rest of you are going to jump into that, but that's okay. I'll give my take on it. Like,
All right.
TJ was praying on yesterday. We had prayer time, and you were praying about God being a God of emotions.
Mm.
And I think this verse really displays that really well. Like, you know, she's excited about him coming, but he's so excited to see her that he's literally leaping over mountains, bounding over hills. Not because he feels free, not because he's like enjoying the weather, but because he's that desperate for his bride, or bride to be, whatever. Is he? Is it his bride? Yeah. Yeah.
His sister, his bride.
Yeah, so it's his bride. Yeah. And I love that God's heart has not changed over, you know, the last 2,000, 3,000 years. Like, he, as excited as he was for her, is as excited as he is. Okay, as excited as Solomon was for her, even more excited is God for us.
Yeah.
I just get this picture of the Lord like jumping over mountains, bouncing, you know, getting over hills to just be with us, to talk to us, to love on us, to show us his, you know, how much he delights in us. And like to think about that and meditate on that, you know, it's different than what we've been reading about, like the closeness of God and the touch of God. This is like the pursuit of God, you know, like he's, not that he's a far distant God, you know, we know that. We know he's always with us. But this picture of him just like having to be with her and the nonstop like movement that he makes to be right by her side.
That's good.
I love it. And I love how it gets super awkward in that she's just like telling everybody to be quiet and listen, like, here he comes, here's my beloved. I honestly think if I met somebody like that, I would feel really awkward and like weird that somebody's that in love with their spouse. But it's a reality. So yeah,
That's good.
That's what I'm picking up from that first part.
That's good. Okay,
Come on.
creamy Oreo brother.
Double stuffed.
Okay, double. I wasn't gonna call you double stuff.
We could though.
That's my nickname.
No.
Double stuffed.
Double stuff.
That's like your rap name. Double stuff.
Yeah, that's Chunky Monkey.
Oh, okay.
Oh, something
That's good, by the way, Ryan. That was good stuff.
So good. It's good to have fun too.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of know what Brent's gonna land on with some things which is really good, and so I was looking for something that really stuck out, and I was just reading this. There's a footnote in Bible Gateway, which if you ever get a chance to use certain online apps, Bible Gateway is great because it gives cross references. Also has some commentaries and stuff in it as well, so it's super good to use. And in verse 9, it actually has that little A on there. And I'll read it really quick out of the Passion Translation. It says, "Let me describe him. He's graceful as a gazelle, swift as a wild stag. Now he comes closer. even to the places where I hide.
Woo!
And then there's a
Come on.
B. It's actually a B, and you go down and you look, and it says, "There he stands behind our wall."
Yeah.
Fear and religious duty will always have a wall to hide behind. You know, and it's
Yeah.
like the first, you know, I got this picture as Ryan was talking, like this open picture of Jesus out in this field. The green grasses are flowing, and then here I am sitting behind the shade of the tree. And he's like, "Come on, let's run." No, I'm over here in the shade of the tree.
Yep.
You know, I'm
Yep.
good. I'm over here in the shade of the tree.
Yep.
You know, I'm a risk taker. I don't have a problem with risk, but it's like I also like stillness.
Yeah.
But here now we're starting to see this aspect of I'm over here hiding because it's comfortable. Jesus, I don't want to run. I'm a double stuffed Oreo. You know, you want to run and you want to frolic through the field, and I'm like, dude, Jesus, I'm over here chilling.
Yeah.
It's quiet. It's
Yeah.
peaceful.
Yeah.
But it's like and I love how it says it right here. Now he even comes closer. So he comes out of the field of the lush green grass, gets close to me, where I'm hiding, and continues to implore me.
Yeah.
Come with me.
Yeah.
You know, come out here and let's run together.
Yes.
I'm coming to the places where you hide, which means, you know what? In our natural, we want to hide.
Mhm.
A
Yeah.
lot of times, I just can't believe how not spiritual I am because I want to hide. And that's what you do.
Right.
Yeah.
Because in your earthly nature, it's not natural in your earthly nature to just run,
Yeah.
especially run with him. But all of a sudden, you're awakened to it, and you're like, "But this looks like the most amazing thing in the world, but I'd rather hide."
Yeah.
Do you know it all about me? Do you know where I've been or what I think or how much not like you I am, Jesus or Father? And he's like, "I know exactly, but let's go run."
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so much freedom, and so like I literally can feel the field.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
God just
come
gives
on.
you that element where you just get caught and opened up into this vision, and you're like,
Yeah.
okay, but I still want to sit in the shade of the tree.
Yeah. Don't make me
You
leave
know?
my apple
Oh,
tree.
but there's all this fear and religious duty. But what if on a Sunday morning I get too free?
Right. Right. I know.
Uh-huh.
You know, what if all of a
Uh-huh.
sudden I get an open vision and Jesus is running around frolicking like
Uh-huh.
a child, and he says, "Come with me." What am I?
Mm.
But everyone's watching me.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
I need to lead the worship team. I can't put my instrument down.
Uh-huh.
You know, oh,
Right.
there goes Jared off the stage. No, I don't need to use the bathroom. You know, it's like how free can we get?
Yeah.
That when he
love
calls
it.
us out,
Yeah.
not because it's so that we can say like we were super spiritual and we just did what God was telling us to do, but
Uh-huh.
we're just so enthralled with the Father
Yeah.
that when he calls us out into this open field, we just go.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, we don't even think about it. Boom.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm out in the field, running around with Jesus.
Yes.
I mean, that's really what, as I started to go through this, really stuck out to me. Now he comes closer, even to the places where I hide. He gazes into my soul,
Mm.
peering through the portal as he blossoms within my heart.
Woo. I love that. That's beautiful.
So good. Yeah.
That's awesome, Jared.
This is so good.
Woo. Makes me think of that. How far will you let me go?
Oh, come on.
How
Yeah.
abandoned will you let me be? You guys know that one? Of course.
Yeah.
Misty Edwards.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. I can remember the first time I heard that. It's like I think I might have even been at the house of prayer the first time I heard that song and just like, yes.
Yeah.
That longing to be free like Jesus is free.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's really good, Jared. Come on. And yet this sense in which we're also like, but I don't want to leave my apple tree.
Yeah, I like
It's
it.
easy here with you feeding me apples.
Uh-huh.
That's good. What about you, second part of the double stuff?
So I love how the Passion Translation says it as well, but I went back I looked at a couple different ones, and the part of the passage that stuck out to me was the end of 9 as well. Even even to the places where I hide, he gazes into my soul, peering through the portal, as he blossoms within my heart. It was I went over to the Message, and the same section, because the Message does like excerpts, so it's like 8 through 10, so it's not 8, 9, and 10. But it says in that same area, it says, "Look at him there on tiptoe at the gate, all ears, all eyes, ready. My lover has arrived, and he's speaking to me."
Yes.
Woo!
Honestly, when I see that picture of like Romeo and Juliet,
Yeah.
in that
yeah.
scene,
Yeah.
and like thinking of God loving us in that way,
Yeah.
like he's coming and he's just peering and he just wants to look into our soul, and like that is such a vulnerable place for anyone to be in. It takes me back to, there was a time in college, and I may have even talked about this before, but our counseling teacher, one of our first classes with him, he had us pick a partner, and we had to turn our desks facing each other, and we had to peer into each other's eyes for like, it was a short amount of time. It was like a minute or something like that, but we could say nothing, and it feels like forever, and you just, it's like a staring contest, and you're like locked in with this person, and you get to know this person more in 1 minute than you could ever imagine knowing anyone within that amount of time, because you're like, you can see the hurt, you can see the joy, you can see the passion.
Yeah.
And I think of God looking at us in that way and doing that with him, and I just think of how much he sees me.
Yeah.
And I think oftentimes in our world we struggle with the idea of not being seen. Or like even with the closest of friends or spouses or brothers, sisters, whatever it may be, like these are the closest people to you, but oftentimes you feel as if they do not know who you truly are.
Yeah.
And God is like, he's saying like, this is how much I love you. I'm going to sit and I'm going to gaze into your eyes.
Yes.
I'm going to stand on my tiptoes at the gate.
Yes.
All ears, all eyes, ready.
Come on.
Like, that is such a cool picture, to think that our God is doing that for you individually, for me individually. It's not like an overarching general statement. It is a very specific, I am here for you moment.
Come on.
And that is just like, that's so cool. It's so
That's good.
outside of our culture.
Yeah, it is.
As we like, just the different stuff that has taken over in this world and our culture, and just how we do not have connection with people the way that God longs us to have connection. And God is saying, this is what connection looks like. This is what love looks like. I think about that, and it always takes me to this place. I love this thing that Carissa has done for me, is she was like, okay, take it to the next question. What's the next level? And the next level for me in this verse is, how do I love you like that? How do I love the person that I don't agree with like that? And like when, and it's like bringing me to tears right now, thinking about the people that my flesh doesn't love, right? And going to them and saying, no, I want to see you. I want to love you like my God loved me. And like, when we can do that, and when we can learn to love that like that, then there's no longer this thing called evangelism. It's loving them in a way that is different than they've ever experienced before, causing them to become the bride,
Yeah.
right? And that's exactly who we are in God's eyes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because he's not like, he's never coming and like saying follow me now. He's not doing that. He's saying I'm gonna love you and you're going to fall in love with me
Yeah.
because of how I love you.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we're called to be that, and us being that for people is loving them.
Yeah.
And when we love them and they see something different about our love,
Yeah.
then they learn to love.
Come
Yeah.
on, dude.
And it's just so good.
That's right on.
So-
Awesome, TJ.
Yeah.
Oh, so good, man. I'm with you.
It's
And
really
just
good.
not just in what you're saying, but watching the emotion that you feel while you say it.
Mm-hmm.
That the work of Holy Spirit, and it just draws me in. Like, yes, I want to love like that too.
Yeah.
I want to love like that. That's so good. So for me, it's like, I think I'm thinking big picture Song of Solomon, and knowing that this is like a major shift in the storyline.
Yeah.
Like, here she is, all she's known is the apple tree love kind of. In fact, she even says it's our wall, in the sense that in her heart, like it's the wall that in some respects, there's the wall that you talked about, which is very true, that's just fear. And then there's the other kind of wall that was like God kind of hemmed her in for a season too. There's both of those things that can happen. You know, sometimes we build walls, very much, I do, that's fear-based or religion-based. Other times God actually hems us in and says, okay, don't awaken love before it's time.
Yeah.
Leave her alone. But then God himself comes to her in a way she's never seen him before.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden she sees him like, wait. I know the God who sits under apple trees with me. And we got our nice little life together, me and him, and I love it this way. And I'm listening to my worship songs, and I'm just alone with him, and I'm reading my Bible. And now he's leaping on mountains.
Come on.
And he's skipping on hills. And you know, even if you do like kind of a, you know, where you compare Bible with Bible, you're like, what are mountains in Scripture? And mountains can be governments, right?
Yeah.
I mean, huge, or they can be obstacles. Like Jesus said, speak to the mountain and tell it to be cast in the sea. So there's that picture of the mountains, like they're nothing to him. Obstacles, and mountains are big ones. We're talking global, like global obstacles, or governments that look like think about communism back when nobody thought that communism could come down, and
Yes.
you know, that whole mountain came crashing down. You know, so it can be governments, it can be giant, like let's call it COVID, this giant mountain called COVID, or there's huge obstacles or hills. So that can be like our personal stuff, like my own stuff that I don't know how to conquer. And he's just bouncing over them.
Come on.
She's like, what is this? I've never seen this side of him before. And he's leaping and he's jumping. And it's like a gazelle or a stag, or the picture is of an animal that is effortless. It's like effortless for the gazelle to leap through the mountains and leap through the hills. And he's bounding upon them. And she's like, who is this? And then the picture is he's peering through, and you guys already covered that so well, all of you did. He's peering through the lattice, he's looking in, and his passion for her, looking into her soul. But then it ends with the last statement, come with me.
Yeah.
Like, that's the part that's like, okay, so I see him like that, and now he's telling, wait. I mean, I'm okay watching you do that, Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
But you're telling me to get out there and leap with you over COVID and governmental structures and obstacles, and you know, you're actually calling, and we're going to see she says no. We'll come to that in the song. She's actually going to say no, which doesn't surprise him. That's okay. This is his first revelation of himself to her like that. This encourages me, because he's actually inviting her into something she's going to reject and then ultimately say yes. Her no becomes a yes, because inside she wants it to be a yes.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
She wants it to be a yes, right? I know, I ruined it, right? The whole thing. I just went all the way into chapter 3 right now.
We're done.
Yeah, I'm like all the way into 3, but I relate to it. It's like I want to say yes. I think she wants to. You know what I mean? In her heart, like she wants to say yes. But it's what Jared talked about too. It's that fear and those things in us that keep us from. That doesn't surprise God. He's like, okay, I'll give you the first revelation just to whet your appetite.
Yeah.
And she's about to find out that, how she's experienced Jesus. She's encountered his manifest presence. He never leaves us, right? He never forsakes us.
Right.
But now he's manifesting in a new way. And if she wants to know his continued experience of his presence,
Yeah.
then it's going to require her to actually go.
Come on.
It's going to require her to get up and face her comfort zone. And that's for all of us. We have those, and this doesn't happen once in our life. It's like over and over and over, right? Before I moved to Sioux Falls, I was in that season of being, God hemmed me in, and I had all this time to writing songs and just love. And then the moment I moved here, it's like, it's time to run.
Yeah.
It's like, you're going to get in and you're going to leap and you're going to jump with me, or you're not going to know my presence in this season. Not that he's not there. I just won't experience the fullness of what he wants me to experience of him.
That's good.
Because he's doing something different right now.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing to me is all four of us can be in different places at the same time in the song.
Mhm.
I mean, at the same time. And we should be able to support each of us being in that place. Like let's say I'm in a running season, but Ryan's in a resting season. I shouldn't be trying to make Ryan run, right? Because if I'm called to run right now, then I need to run.
Come on.
And I need to say, okay, Ryan, bless your rest, right?
Yeah.
On and being able to support each of you guys in where you're at in it.
It totally debunks that Pentecostal charismatic thought that we have sometimes. Well, if we're not running, we're gonna miss God.
Yeah.
There's that we,
Yeah.
you know,
We
and we have to pull somebody else into our season
Yeah.
Yeah.
because if we don't pull them into our season, they might miss God.
Yeah. Right.
You know?
Yeah. And you got to be in whatever I'm in is what God's doing right now.
Or what this group's over here and they're in this season, but if you're over here, you might not be in the right season. So good.
That's a good way to think of it too, Jared, because it can even be local churches. There might be an emphasis God has for us where we're resting and another church is running.
Right.
And to be able to bless the run
Yes.
and the rest at the
Yes.
same time and
Instead
say,
of them competing with one another.
Yes.
right.
Well, God's speaking this to me. It's got to be right.
Right.
Yep,
You
this
know?
is, yeah,
It's
exactly.
so good.
So I just love this. I love that Jesus loves us too much to leave us just under the apple tree. He loves us enough to call us to the apple tree.
Yeah.
And he loves us enough to even to hem us in there,
Yeah.
right? And say, don't disturb this season. But he also knows when it's time to say, it's time to run now.
Yeah.
And if you want to experience me in the fullness of this season, it's running season. So for whoever's with us right now, we bless whatever season you're in.
That's right.
Whatever season the Lord has you in, don't feel condemned. Partner with him in that. But if you do feel like he's calling you to get out of your comfort zone, we were having a discussion with someone about this today. Just take those steps and even know that God loves you, even in your I don't know how to take it, or I'm scared to take it. He's going to love you through it, the
Right.
whole thing, until you will. I mean, he's so good, Holy Spirit. You just don't, God's a way better wrestler than we are. He's really good at winning through love.
Yeah.
And anything else, guys? I guess we should see what everybody else is saying online.
TJ, where's your phone, man?
Did yours die?
Oh, it's hiding over there. Your hairy
Yeah.
legs
Oh,
were
God.
hid within the field of the.
Let's see
Like-
here. Nicole, I mean, everybody's like, that's so good, Brent. He
Yeah.
has patience for our yes and understands us when we hesitate. And then Pat says, that's so good. Each free to be in their own season.
Yeah.
And then Cheryl says, that is so great, Brent. We all run different at different times.
Yes, we do.
And then Pat, yes, love wins.
Love wins. Seems like I can't read it because it's so small, but Jaren's on here too.
It says, I love the picture that nothing will separate him from us. Mountains and hills or something that obscure our view to see clearly, and he just comes running to take those away.
Yeah.
The scriptures even say he will bring up the valleys and bring down
That's
the mountains to make the way
Oh,
straight.
yeah. Good one, Jaron. Come on. Come on, iron sharpening iron here.
That's right. That's really
Nicole
good.
says blossoms is amazing to imagine the growth and increase in beauty that happens within.
Yeah, that's good.
There's something that, where was it?
Jill Shepard says, "Comfort zone. The Most High God has seen the depths of my soul and loves me completely." Say
Ooh.
what?
Ooh.
Jill, I have a song for you. "Who Am I" by Need to Breathe. It's all about that. It's such a good song, but
Who am I?
no, that's not.
Okay. Different one.
Nice try though.
Okay.
Casting Crowns.
Oh, I did Casting Crowns.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is brand new. This just came out a couple weeks ago.
Are you saying I don't know it because? No,
Yeah,
just kidding.
I am. Because you never listen to the music we suggest you listen to.
Okay, that might be why. I do. It just takes me a while, and then I come in like, guys, have you heard this song?
Yeah, like 6 months
We
ago.
were telling you to listen to it already. No, I discovered it. It's amazing.
I was first in the chat.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, who else do we have on here? Any more from Nicole?
No, it doesn't look like it.
Nicole said, I thought this was good. Nicole said, that's so good, TJ, seeing of someone. I was being vulnerable with Tracy yesterday, and she said the words, I see you. And it broke me open to believe, to be really seen as so powerful and overwhelming.
Come on.
Come on.
Yes.
That's our staff. That is what we work with
Right.
every day. This
Yes.
is so good. I love it.
Yes, that is exactly right. I see you,
Yeah.
and I love you. Come
Not
on.
like, I see you.
I see you.
I see you.
I see you.
Oh,
I'm
no,
watching you.
not the I see you.
Yeah.
Not the I see
That's
you.
a different.
Yeah.
Don't
wanna go there.
Different thing.
Nobody wants to go to the ICU, but we do want to hear someone say, I see you. Yeah.
That's right.
Well, this is good, guys. This is, again, we've made a turn in the song, and it's going to pick up pace. I'm really looking forward to next week, the next section, because it was actually in our wedding.
Yeah.
My wife and I, it was printed in our bulletins. the
Yes.
Bringing
The whole
into
next section.
Song of Solomon into your wedding. Saucy.
Yeah, you better believe it. On our vows, I said, your belly is like a heap of wheat.
How'd that go for you?
No, I would
How's
never.
that going now?
Yeah. Try it,
The
guys.
next person who wants that in their wedding vow.
Try
there you
it.
go.
Yeah, try your belly is like a heap of wheat at with your spouse.
Okay, give me a
Mine is
second.
like a
Yeah.
giant-
Call Tracy real quick. Hey, Tracy, your belly's like a heap of wheat. Your nose is like a Tower of Lebanon.
Dude, she's gonna beat me up for what you're saying.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Or your navel is like a round goblet that wanteth not liquor.
You would have these memorized.
Yep. What can I say? I had to memorize something when I was a teenager.
It's true.
That was it. All right. Well, thank you guys for hanging out. Seriously, I know we laugh, we have fun, and that's all part of it. That's a part of, I think, what I really actually enjoy about hanging out with these guys
Yeah.
is that life is fun and that we can grow and learn together in the midst of all of that. So, yeah, you guys, we love you. We see you. God, more importantly, God sees you.
That's right.
And we bless whatever season you're in today. We bless you to run or to rest, whatever He's calling you to
Yeah.
do. And even if you're running, rest in your running
Yeah.
and experience His presence no matter where you are in the
Yeah.
process. And even if you've said no to Him, know that He's still persistent and He's coming after you.
Yeah.
And that's what you see in the picture of this song. He doesn't give up. He's persistent. We love you. God bless you. Jared will be here tomorrow going
Actually,
through the...
I won't. I forgot. I'm supposed to go help serve Young Life tomorrow.
Oh, all
I'm
right.
gonna
So
shoot a gun and serve teenagers.
sweet, dude. That's
I don't know
awesome.
how those two go together, but that's what I'm doing tomorrow. So
That's awesome. Well, then we will see you. And I even got to know for sure if I'm doing FaceTime Friday. We have a dear friend who passed away this last week in Rapid, and we may be going to that funeral. If that's the case, I'll have to cancel FaceTime Friday, so keep your eyes peeled. Last week it got canceled by a lack of power. I didn't want to post it quite that way. FaceTime canceled due to a lack of power. But the power literally went off at our house for like an hour and a half. We had no power, and I was going to do it from our house that night. So I'll let you know for sure on FaceTime Friday. We'll put it out as soon as 10, and I know if we're going to be going to Rapid or not. And then we'll see. Hey, baptism Sunday.
Whoop whoop.
Sign up, get baptized. Like, go online right now and go to churchatthegate.churchcenter.com, hit forms, fill out that form. Carter told me he's filling it up on Saturday, and we'll be ready for you. I'll have my waders on.
Yep.
We'll be ready to do some baptizing. So God bless you guys. Have a great week. We'll see you soon.